next. Ooh! Oh, happy times. Ree is already happy because she sees a name and is really, really glad. um, yes, forgiving is, you know, sometimes not that easy. I understand, Lil, but sleep tight again, Hika, to have a wonderful day again tomorrow. Mm. Right, so I was telling you that I was already really happy because I saw a name on my nifty little list here. That name is Loup. This is a Frostvault chasm that we are going to visit. It has a title, Dwemer Loft, everybody. That is it. Um, I'm really excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Hmm. Such a beautiful home, Devil's Master. Is so, so wonderful. Lil, I have already been, when I saw the name, right? Um, I don't know if you sometimes hear it, but when I hear sometimes a name and I then visit the house, sometimes you hear me clapping too because I actually clap because it's very nice. So yes, everybody, let me take you there to the Dwemer Loft. Oh, the Frostvault chasm, everybody. Maybe this will cool some of you down if you are experiencing a little bit of a heated evening. It was 27 degrees here today. Ooh. Oh, look, everybody. Oh, look. I think, also, 400 slot plot, all 400 slots used. Oh, loop. I do like that plot so much. It's, 400 slots might not seem a lot, but I think the environment can give you already so much. Is a chasm all right? I used to meager language skills. This is very Chimina. Um, so in Spanish it would be lobo, but yeah, I really love this. This is so wonderful. The entire plot is so nice. Oh look. Oh look. Oh look. What am I looking? Oh look. Oh wow. Oh, I'm very excited now. Oh. Oh. Okay, I've said a lot of oohs now. This is exciting. Look, everybody. I have to have a little stroll on the top here. This piece. I keep saying that this piece always throws me off a little bit. What do you do with it? Apparently you can do this with it. Really nice addition here. Oh, I'm always struggling with this piece because I find it always a bit odd. What do you do with it? It has interesting light, right? And you can do something with it. And you had 4 years of lessons. Sure, but I think I understand what you mean, Shemina, but with all languages, and you were on point. Loup is wolf in French. In Spanish is lobo. Um, there, this is I find that always very interesting because it is such a different turn that these languages took in the Indo-European and Proto-Indo-European language family when it comes to specific words, and how some of those words have found their way into other words. And now she goes off on a tangent on linguistics. And I understand what you mean. When it's a long time ago, you can feel rusty, but the only way in which a language can be revived that you have studied before is by speaking it or by trying to utilize it in one way or the other. That can be listening to French news or reading books in their original language, which could be French in this case, or English, or whatever other language is that you're trying to learn or trying to revive, trying to rekindle, because technically it's all there still in your brain. You just have to reactivate it. I love what they did here. Oop. Now this I've seen a path down there. Good night, Dread. Good night, Sithis. Sleep tight. Have wonderful dreams. Have a wonderful day tomorrow, and thank you so much for joining. And I'm going to have a look now downstairs. Oh, I love this so much. Oh, look. Oh, look. Oh, I'm so thrilled by this. This is so wonderful. Oh, nice modern approach. Very elegant, sleek and clean. Uh-huh. Ooh, we were talking about the wolf. We were meandering about him, about a little wolf. And we were talking about signatures, right? I love that. I love that, really. It's wonderful. What a nice idea. So, so elegant. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. In 400 slots, everybody. I shall remind you of that. It is in 400 slots. Oh my goodness. Gloriously lit. Very nice choices here, everybody. I really like the choices of furnishings that are used here and the way in which they are lit. I keep saying this over and over again. I really like it when the textures stand out a little bit more, when trees are more gnarly, when you see more crevices and scratches on specific surfaces, on floors. and all those things. Oh, so kind of good because those languages are so, they're different, yes, but they are mm, there are languages that are very much related. Not the same, yes, romance indeed, but they're not exactly the same, but you do see similarities, and you at least I see them all the time, and particularly with looking at the history of the languages and the history of Europe, and how the languages in Europe evolved and came to be, and how much each of the languages tends to influence some of them. And for me, it's something that is very obvious, and it's so much in your face. But yeah, pronunciation is, of course, very different, and there are vast differences, and you could say there's a chasm in some forms. I mean, Spanish tends to speak all consonants and all vowels, whereas French doesn't. So it's just a tiny difference there, but it's quite interesting, and also the evolution of the languages throughout time is it's really fascinating. Famously doesn't. Yeah, and then I really love how the languages have influenced other languages, and how you can still tell, how you can, even after many hundreds of years, you can still tell that specific parts are from specific people. And it's not just apparent from architecture and specific commodities that we have come to be very used to, but also just linguistics, like words we use still to this day. I think that's very interesting and wonderful how um, the languages and the different cultures learned to communicate to one another. I think that one of the most famous examples for that is English. It has so many influences, and the different people that had to find ways in which to communicate to one another in throughout the ages is just formed English. And this is, of course, also true for other languages around Europe and around the world, of course. It's really fascinating. And when you think that is all Proto Indo European, you see that there is such a connection, and there are just very slight shifts that happened throughout the centuries. I don't, I wouldn't say blame. I would say um, it's mm, an addition to the language. If you can say fantastique, you can also say fantastic. The words are cognate because they are, of course, remnants of the Normans, but not just the Normans. And it, the Norse have also had a great influence over Scotland and the northern regions of England. And then, of course, the Saxons had a very distinct influence there, and the Romans did. So lots and lots of influences. And then you, of course, can say, well, the Scottish, so Gaelic, and the Irish, right? They are somewhat brothers, also sister languages. And Scots itself, I think there's a famous song that a lot of people think is Scots, but it's not. But the evolution of the language and the way in which Scots is located in time tells you why and how, because of the migration of the Norse Scandinavic Vikings that have inhabited the place. And I think I have meandered about this before, but due to the different groups of people inhabiting the British Isles at the same time, English lost inflections. And because it lost inflections, sentence structure had to evolve in very specific ways, because if it hadn't, things would not make sense, or the sentences wouldn't make sense. Because if you lose inflections, you can't determine what sentences could mean, if that makes sense. Because our inflections, for instance, in other languages, German is one of the most inflective language of them all. You know which case which word is in because of the inflection. So it doesn't matter where it is basically in the sentence all that much because of the ending, because of the inflection. And you still can make sense of the sentence even if it's all jumbled, so long as they keep the accurate inflections and endings. But if you don't have them, because for simplicity's sake and for the ability to communicate to one another and to make the language more simple so that all the different groups of people could have coherent understanding, you must come up with syntax, with a structure that helps then make sense. I know, Lil. It's so odd. Why would they lose them? They have kept a few. So, for instance, the plural of oxen still exists in English today. So some of the ancient Old English words still have them, but not all. The majority has just done away with them. Said adieu, goodbye, so long. Hmm. Yes, how dare they? I still don't understand. But I mean, they did it for the benefit, really. At the same time, how do you communicate to a bunch of Vikings if you are Norman? And in the midst of all, you have a bunch of, well, did they speak English at the time? I would say they spoke in English. Was it Middle English already? That they spoke? So, is you do have to find a way to communicate if you don't want to fight each other all the time. And the Normans certainly didn't want to do that. They also wanted to build. And without the Normans present in England, you'd not have a whole lot of castles there. At least not in the form that many of them are designed. It's the architecture that really stands out there. And of course, roads. The Romans are to blame for that, she says in quotation marks, because it's really interesting how the different conquerors have left their mark, and how much it still can be seen all over the place, because the roads still exist. They're still there, still being used. just it's a fascinating thing for me. I really love this. Also, the entire entree here, when you come here, ooh, and you see an otherwise dismal, dark, icy chasm gently lit there, and you then discover this wonderful path down, and you go down, 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 and slowly light emerges, illuminating the wonderful wall right next to you, and you see the little wolf here, glistening slightly, very nicely lit. So I really love those. It's very simple. Well, simple, she says, but it's not really simple. I really like the lighting here. It's very nicely done. Great use for furnishings here. Very, very smart. Also really like how the stairs float into the floor here and how it is clearly distinguishable that it's different parts of the house by this wonderful little doormat maybe. And then you find wonderful elegant carpet here and a glorious study and a wonderful magnificent modern chimney and a glorious wonderful library. Really like the use here. The furnishings are so smartly used, so elegant, and what a good choice with all the colors. We are in a wonderful color palette. If you can see this, there are a few things that do reprise already. Very clear and very clean, really sleek, very nice edges everywhere. Very great cobble here. I really appreciate this. This is wonderful. And a magnificent view, of course, everybody, out into the chasm. Yeah, elegant and fantastic even, you know. And the color choices are very nice and so distinct, and it's very, very modern. Very high ceiling, nice play with, you know, dark and a few pops of color there to make things stand out. And the color choices, you know, also for the bookshelves, of course, is a bit on the darker side, but it very much feeds into the rest of the darker color choices here in this palette, and is of course more elegance, you know. In I always think of when I see this particular color in the bookshelves, the darker chestnutty style, I always think of older libraries, very expensive ones, particularly a law library in a specific university that I studied at. Is very posh, is very elegant, is very high standards. And, you know, they have to be oiled and cleaned and kept up a lot. Really appreciate this choice. And then adding in a few gold specks with a bit of green to it. It's a nice color choice. And then, of course, gold reprises and shimmers away with the lighting in particular. It's a very nice idea. It's very pretty. Gold and green reprising here and there. Aha. More letters, everybody. And the vampiric style, you know, or this particular color scheme is also, I would say, very eclectic in a way. So very modern approach, but utilizing ordinary furnishings, everybody. Super clean. Hmm. Yeah, I understand. I understand, Shamina. It's it, yeah, I understand what you mean. Though, again, it very much reminds me of a law library. Um, very nice library, I will say that. And this is or has been, of course, connected to wealth, right? This color scheme and the wood that's being used for this particular type of furnishing or bookshelf is rather expensive. I understand that very much. The carving, yeah, sometimes try to think of how you can incorporate a bookshelf like it, but maybe you can hide the you know, the carved parts a little bit, make them disappear or not stand out as much. Hmm. Hmm. I've also seen people just turn them around and use them as a wall instead of a bookshelf because of the wood being so nice. It's just fabulous. And yeah, it reminds me also the vampiric style. I mean, this is Eleanor, of course, but the vampiric style always it has the same polished dark wood carved and spiky theme going on, and I always associate that a little bit with eclectic and higher ups, higher echelons classes. Um, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm the only one to associate it in that way, but it's what. Yeah, posh. Still so glorious. What a fantastic idea too. And here, oh, wonderful couch. Oh, this is a wonderful chaiselong. Technically not a chaiselong if you go by original definition, but that's very nice. Oh, I love that. And we are back with gold standing out against a darker background. Such a glorious idea. Wonderful. And such a comfortable looking, very modern couch that we have here. The wonderful coffee table with it. Oh, Loop. Yeah, tree slightly swaying. We did talk about swaying trees earlier and how some of the behavior is just so wonderful, so elegant. It's very soft and very light, not all that distinguishable, but it is there, right? In harmony, exactly, with the floating bed in the background, which of course is also both magical and modern in approach. But I will say that I really appreciate the lighting here again. It's so wonderful. I really also appreciate this use of this is a this is a floor piece. I also have used it as a wall piece because just because it says floor doesn't mean it has to be that. Why not use it as a piece of art on a wall standing out like this? lending elegance and opulence to a place. I love the druidic little cushions here. In color palette, very nice. Very sweet. Wonderful candles here. Also nice addition with a little figurine. Great positioning with the candles there. That's very nice. Very sweet. I love that little wordplay there, Lil. Ah. So really nice idea to utilize swaying trees as a slight partition, also staggering away here, obscuring the view from this part, but no, not entirely, just ever so slightly. You can still make out there's a hovering bed there, floating gently away. Oh, so elegant. So beautiful. Oh, ooh, also very nice. Very nice idea here with this particular cobble to create a headpiece for the bed so that the bed can float away and at the same time not float away. Very, very elegant. Also, I'm going to jump around on your bed. I'm so sorry, Loop. Wonderful choices here with the lamps. Not sure if both are supposed to be like one is turned up, the other one is turned down. Maybe that is a choice. I'll leave it like that. And again here, the same idea. Very nice and elegant cobble to create a wardrobe like this. Nice modern approach. Really elegant. Really, really magnificent. Oh, and I have a feeling there's going to be a bathroom, everybody. You know how excited I get about bathrooms. And what a view! Can you imagine? You sleep here, and then you gently wake from your slumber, looking out into a magnificent, glorious chasm, all cozy and warm. And outside, a slight, chilly wind may whiffed past. The icicles shiver slightly, sending a little bit of a song throughout the chasm. It might echo a little bit because it's a chasm. And you look out and feel warm and comfortable and cozy in an otherwise rather cold and dreary place. I love this. It's wonderful. So here, I'm imagining to sit on this wonderful couch. I'm so sorry, I'm jumping around all your furnishings. Is the glorious view. Edgy, dark, cavey. And again, we are back to duality, light and dark. Shadow, light. Shadows are only created when light is there, and the dark is there too. You do appreciate it so much more. Oh, this is so glorious. And then of course, as I thought, ooh, nice. That's a nice cobble. Everybody, what a nice jacuzzi. I'm saying jacuzzi. Maybe it's not a jacuzzi, but it sure looks like it. Oh, so elegant. So clean, so beautiful. Can definitely see someone slipping in here, relaxing. Such an elegant, glorious place. Think of just slipping in here, lying down, looking up at the ceiling, relaxing, letting all your woes drop off you. Soft and gentle murmurs away the little waterfall behind us, the little fountain gurgling away. And we look out into the chasm once more. Really love the shimmering here. The lighting is really superb. So elegant. Very precise. Really, really clean. What a brilliant job, Loup. And this is a Dwemer loft, everybody. And some of you know, lofts are you technically don't always have doors. Oh, I wonder what lies behind this door. But I will have a look first here. Oh, nice. Also, nice idea to change the floor ever so slightly. And of course, we have seen this from the start. They love that idea to distinguish a place when it's a loft, particularly in this way. Oh, nice decoration here on the wall, making it stand out a little bit. Very elegant. And we see, of course, a kitchen space and an entree here. Oh, nice idea. Nice idea to utilize this in this way. This is perfect. Everybody, you can hang your coats here. There are even hangers. Can you see this? There are hangers up here. Made from, I don't know, can I get closer? No, this might be too close. But there are hangers here. Oh, here. I think now you should be able to see it nicely. Made from keys. Oh, this is a wonderful, nice little detail. And to take that time and go ahead and create something like this, not just, an entree where you can get rid of your shoes and your backpack, nice addition here as well to add it here, but that they added in hangers where people can leave their coats. Beautiful. Also nice addition here with the painting. Very nice and color theme in the color palette. So really elegant to add more wardrobes here. Such smart idea. Very, very elegant. So clean. Ah, wonderful little music box here. Out into the chasm we look. Here into the dark. Pulsating away. Nice symmetry also going on here. Oh. This is truly magnificent. Really, really appreciate that. And then of course we are here in the kitchen. And it's a modern kitchen, everybody. Beautiful, clean, modern kitchen with a very elegant table to sit around and maybe have dinner. probably this is the refrigerator and the freezer. And we do have, oh, I love this. Look, I'm so happy about this. Faucets, everybody. A sink. Ah, oh, this is wonderful. I do appreciate this. Is such a nice couple as well. And of course, oh, glorious. Oh, this is a glorious idea to utilize the this particular candle in this way for the stove and the kettle's on. And there's, of course, also an oven. Oh, I love this. Mundane things, I know, I keep meandering about them, but mundane things, and they matter. We have them all, we use them all. We are very used to them too, and it's just a grand thing to have them. And of course, this little piece here, I love that too. Just for when the cooking gets a bit too heated, you must have some kind of ventilation, of course. Wonderful idea. And many kitchens, of course, have that. This is truly um, wonderful that Loop thought of that, adding it in. Really, really elegant. So wonderful and so, so glorious. What a wonderful kitchen and entree and so, so beautiful. What makes you think that? You know, shot in the dark. Um, there are a number of architects that I find very interesting. They have done interesting things with architecture and kind of bent possibilities and then you know, what can you use, what kind of materials can you use, and how far can you take it with them. I'm personally not such a big fan of skyscrapers, I will say that. To me, um, the majority of them, mm, I mean, they fulfill purposes, right? And in some places of the world, they make perfect sense for all the right reasons. But very cold, um, I wouldn't say not just very cold, but to me, they are mm, a little bit brutalistic. Um, and I know this is an unkind attribute here that I'm using, and it's not meant as a negative or a slight in any way. Um, because I do appreciate very clean and sleek architecture too. But when it comes to skyscrapers, it is building a lot of room for people to live or work, um, not utilizing a lot of space, as in you're not utilizing um, room around. You're just going into the air, basically. And this idea is, how many people live in one of those buildings, uh, in one of those building blocks. And if you've ever been to Tokyo or to Yokohama, some of these apartments are not very big to begin with. And not that I'm saying we must needs have like a really large apartment or something. Nobody needs a ballroom at in their home maybe, but um, the limited space in some places of the world, of course, limits the people to the necessities in life and leads them also to utilitarianism in the way that they minimize and have only those things that are absolutely necessary for them. And I don't know if, mm, there are positives to that, a lot of positives, but there's also this idea of human beings not technically be beings that can live over a prolonged time in, a shoe carton. I would feel very claustrophobic in those. And I'm not a claustrophobic person at all and not very tall. So I would probably be very well fitted to these apartments, but it's just I understand the necessity behind it. I understand that in some places of the world there's a need for it. But I personally find skyscrapers a little bit phallic and a little bit of I'm not sure. They sometimes just lack character. Not so this one, because to me, Loop hasn't built a skyscraper or something that is bereft of character, because this does definitely have it, and is when I think Loft, that is exactly what it is, because the rooms and the utilitarianism of them, they float. They float into one another, right? So there is elegance and clean structures and clean spaces to be seen, but at the same time, this isn't, you know, um, bereft of beauty, of elegance, and of really great color choices, I would say. Mm. 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 No, it's absolutely not cold at all. I would agree. Yes, of course, Lil. There's always a riot against the patriarchy, and I think it's a very much needed. No, you're not too excited over it at all, because we were just meandering about the um, phallic nature of skyscrapers, and that in specific places that I was saying, in specific places, there's a need to create a lot of um, housing spaces for many, many people without using too much real estate, if that makes sense. And I've referred to the brutalistic structure and the brutalistic style in which some of the skyscrapers were built, what feels like a long, long time ago. Um, and again, the necessity there makes sense. But, and Shimina was pointing that out, and I think it's correct to assess that in this way. And if you look at who the architects are that build, very large skyscrapers, is revealing, I would say, in multiple ways. And I personally think that um, living space is not just something that fulfills utility, like you have a bed, you have a roof over your head, you have a kitchen, you have a bathroom, maybe. Mm, all those things are commodities and amenities that we all need in one way or the other. but a living space is a space that you inhabit, that you as a person make your own, and that reflects a part of yourself. And it does so by you living there. And it becomes filled with parts of yourself even when you move out. And I think that this cannot be achieved all that much in very tiny spaces. And I refer to Yokohama and Tokyo, for instance, or you could also refer to Hong Kong, where you have a lot of people on very small real estate that live in very large skyscrapers. But there it's a necessity, right? And then of course you have unnecessarily built skyscrapers in places where it's not really necessary. Abu Dhabi comes to mind, for instance, or parts of New York. So I think that there is certainly something there that skyscrapers and the architects of them, maybe not all of them had phallic structures in mind, but it's definitely something that springs forth. And they certainly erect those in a specific way. So I think maybe at some point we are able to have affordable housing for everybody in a space where everybody can inhabit that space and make it their own without finding themselves in an overly cluttered space that doesn't leave any room to breathe. I just yeah, it's an interesting question, Shamina. That also interesting reaction to the Centre Pompidou. There are multiple buildings where I was a little bit flummoxed. Let's say it that way. And at the same time, I do like heights a lot. So a skyscraper, if I'm solely looking at it as a place where I can have a grand view from the topmost point of it, then of course some skyscrapers are very tantalizing. But just for that one aspect and nothing more. Mm. I mean, there is a little bit of elegance there too in straight lines, right? And in here, I would say it is not straight lines in a sense, but it's more like how do we open up you want to go downstairs here, and it shouldn't feel claustrophobic or like you're going through a tunnel. And thus, you kind of have to find a way in which you can alleviate that. I mean, you could probably also do away with this particular partition, but then I think that it's also kind of necessary to separate this particular part and create an entree in which you can feel like, okay, I've just gone down a narrow staircase and it's a little bit narrow and tight, and it feels like I'm hitting my elbows left and right when I walk down. And then you enter here, and all of a sudden there's a lot of space. So I think there is sometimes a lot of merit to utilize structures, and this could easily be the blueprint of, maybe not exactly blueprint, but it can be definitely serving as an idea to create an actual apartment. And there you would see structures like that similarly. And of course, they stand out also a little bit on the backdrop. So there is, this one definitely isn't cold, isn't brutalistic, is the opposite, I would say. Seriously. And such a serious, imposing, interesting build. Ah, I did mention that I get excited about mundane things, right? Oh, oh my goodness, we have a very nice modern bathroom, everybody. Look. Oh, this is wonderful. Double sink. Very nice, very nice. Really elegant. Very nice faucets here again. Beautiful. I really love that. This is so wonderful. Mmm. Nice, wonderful towels here waiting to be used. Glorious idea. I really love this. And what a glorious shower, everyone. Look. Oh, utilizing a sieve there. This is very nice. Oh, wonderful. Look. And again, and there's even a little drain here. Very nice. Very good thinking. I appreciate that. And the knobs there as well. So wonderful. Oh, this is glorious. Perfectly lit, very light, very elegant. Oh, double toiletry as well. So elegant, so sleek, and so clean. Beautiful. Aha! Toilet paper, everybody! Toilet paper. Gets excited about toilet paper. And I'm guessing this is to flush. We have a toilet, everybody! I love it! This is so fun! I know, everybody, I get excited about these very mundane and small things, but this is so wonderful. I love it so much. And this is so elegant and so clean. And so, my goodness. I wonder how long it took Loop to do this, to create them, to create this build. I will have to ask. I will have to ask all the questions. I will definitely have to ask all the questions and be curious. Oh, so beautiful. This is so wonderful, everybody. What great cobbles. It's so elegantly made and so modern. So clean. I cannot get over this use for of the candles here. This is so perfect. Beautiful. And a nice wonderful shower you can take here. I'm in love. This is a wonderful bathroom. It's so elegant, Lil. I could totally see myself moving in here. My goodness. What a special place. This is so glorious, so elegant, really. Every single bit and every single part of it is. Wow. They've done such a marvelous job here. All within 400 slots too. I just want to point that out one more time. It's 400 slots only. It's not like this is a 700 slot home or so. It's a 400 slot home. And you do have to be really creative and to create something so elegant. This is really, really wonderful. So, so stunning. And staying within a wonderful color palette as well, and just adding so many wonderful amenities. And this is such a luxury apartment too, right? Wouldn't just call this Dwemer Loft. I would also maybe add luxury Dwemer Loft to it. Absolutely stunning. I'm thrilled. This is so beautiful. And you would not expect this. You would absolutely not expect this. You go down the stairs and you don't think of much, and then you're surprised, right? Just, and of course, when you enter, I'll have to go back to the actual entree. If you enter here, and it looks like not much, okay? Is the Frostvault Chasm. And then you see there's a whole world that resides below, that awaits you. And you have a few sneak peeks here, like I did before. And you could see and get a few glimpses, but just a few glimpses. What a magical place. Such a beautiful, magical place you've built here, Loup. I could meander about here forever and ever and not tire and still find things. Oh, you could also see yourself just stretching out here on this wonderful rug in front of the wonderful chimney to warm yourself. Truly elegant. Everybody come visit. Bring your friends. Ask Loop first, of course, but do come. Meander about. Walk around. Really elegant. So sleek and so clean. Really perfect. Come bring your friends. Show them around. Have a conversation. Be at awe. Let Loop sweep you off your feet. Maybe onto a wonderful floating bed. And take you away to glorious, wonderful dreams. Talking of a dark, icy chasm filled with frost and singing icicles. No, a lot of space again. Yeah. Very good observation there. You have a lot of space, but it doesn't feel bereft, right? And we have had a conversation like this before where we were meandering about how difficult it is to fill a space that is very large. And we've been to two very large spaces already. The Moon Sugar Meadow is very large. And of course, Hackwitz's High Hall is also very, very large. And filling and making sure that it doesn't look bereft or wanting of something. It takes imagination to build something that doesn't feel empty, bereft. And I will not get tired over this fact here. It's a tiny, this is 2 keys, everybody, I mean 4 keys, but it's keys, everybody, utilized to be hangers that you would hang your coat onto. What a thought! What a wonderful thought. Just I really appreciate this. This is so wonderful. What a beautiful home, Loop. What a glorious loft. What a glorious place. So magnificent. And I shall have a look where we will go next. Oh, so I'm seeing a name again, everybody. And I'm excited. Very innocent question. Yes, please. Innocent question, she says. Now I'm very curious. Oops, nothing. Now I'm curious. What were you going to ask? Hmm. You are right there, Lil. Hmm. This makes me giggle a little bit. No, I'm not laughing at you. You're good. Very good. Oh, I'm glad. Sometimes our thoughts take us elsewhere and there is something there. No, that's all right. It's all right, darling. It's completely all right. Be always yourself, unequivocally, and always never apologize. Being yourself is so important. Never apologize for being yourself. And I giggled away there. I did mention that I was going to say, I was telling you where we are going next.